2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for joining me. This week's featured lesson is an old-time fiddle tune called Angeline the Baker. We're doing it in the key of D, out of open D position here. I've created 2 arrangements for this lesson, all right? And I've kind of been doing some updating of my old lessons at the site. So I already had an arrangement for this tune, but now I wanted to add a second arrangement to so we can play it in a different register. So we're going to play it in a more of a lower octave, and it's just a little bit simpler as well. So that first time through, again, we're going to play it in the low octave. And then the second time through, we're going to bump it up to, a higher octave. Okay, and again, the first time is just a little bit easier than the second time. This is one of my favorite old-time fiddle tunes out there. It's such a beautiful melody, and depending on who you're playing with, you might play the A part first, or you might play the B part first, actually. So it just depends on who you're playing. They're kind of interchangeable. The chord changes are exactly the same for both A and B, but some people like to play the B part first, and some people play the A part first. So it just depends who you're with. So if you'd like to check out purchasing both arrangements and accessing everything at my site, just click the link below, shoot you onto my website, and learn about being a premier member over there for a monthly, quarterly, or yearly fee. Access this lesson and over 350 video lessons, all right? I've got 3 courses and a video exchange program available for premier members. This lesson's gonna come with about 45 to 50 minutes of video, PDF tabs for both arrangements, of course, and 4 audio backing tracks to help you work your speeds up, all right? So yeah, give it a look if you're interested, if you like my teaching style, if you think I might be a good fit for you as an instructor. For now, we're going to start walking through the first arrangement for Angeline the Baker, key of D. Bring the camera on in, put the tabs on the screen. Let's go for it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so let's go ahead and start breaking down the first arrangement here for Angeline the Baker. Here in the key of D, remember markings below the staff are pick directions. Pay very close attention to those. They are important for executing the arrangement. So the staples are downstrokes and the V's are upstrokes. Any markings above the staff will be left hand fingering. So let me play these first 3 measures for you, and then we'll break them on down here. Pretty simple start here, playing the melody pretty straight ahead, but here's those first 3 measures. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, ready, go. All right, and I'll talk about this more as we go along, but if the hammer-ons or pull-offs cause trouble, and are preventing you from playing the arrangement correctly, your time gets off, just take those out and put the pick directions into place. Because again, the hammer-ons and pull-offs take the place of a pick direction. So if you can't do the hammer-ons pull-offs, just put the correct pick direction in there. Okay? I can talk more about that as we go. But this first measure here starts off with 3 quarter notes here. So open A, 2nd fret A, open D. that's the most, it's probably the simplistic form of the melody here. And we'll see that again too. And then the next two notes, we've got 2 eighth notes here. D string, A string, okay, both open. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna hammer on the 2nd fret of the A string, okay, and that'll be the downbeat of the next measure. So 4 and 1, and that's a quarter note, so you can get 1 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And then the next note is open D. And it's got that circle around it. And all that means is that it's a half note. It gets 2 counts. So it's kind of a little bit longer hold here. Again, if it's got a circle with the stem, it's a half note. 2 counts. 2, 3. And then the next note, open D, 2nd fret A. And then going on, the 3rd measure, open A, quarter note there. And then a little series of 8th notes here. Open A again, 2nd fret. 4th fret on the D. So you're really going to want to make sure that your 3rd finger is ready to go. You're going to be here, and you don't want to have your hand, your left hand position kind of like far away, because you're going to need to get to that 4th fret D string note, okay? F sharp. Right there. 4, and then 2 on the D, and then pull off to open D. And that's going to quarter note, pull off to a quarter note. So that measure exactly, 3, 4. Now I pull off, I pull straight down. I'm not pulling outward, I'm pulling straight down to get a nice, clean, strong pull off. Some people flick upward, that can work too. I just don't want to go straight out. That's not a strong, not really correct technique, I guess. Okay, let me put all 3 of those measures together for you now. Here they are. So nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Do it again. 2, ready, go. 2, 3. All right, there's the first 3 measures. Let's move on to the next few. Measure 4 kind of ends this first phrase here. Really, it's kind of a 4-bar phrase, but I can only get 3 measures on the screen there. So 4, 5, and 6 sound like this. Ready, go. I'll do that again. Ready, go. Okay, so measure 4, we're going to land on the 2nd fret of the A, which is a B note, and it's a, the chords go to G, but the melody's on a B note here, and I kind of finger below it a G chord. Okay, 3rd fret, I'm on 3rd fret of the high E, and I'm going to strum those notes below it, so it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, there's a note. There's some notes in parentheses there. That means we're tying over to it. We're not playing those notes. Notice there's no pick direction below it. So we're tying over to 1, 2, 3, and. Okay? Kind of this little partial strumming pattern here. And then it's going to be 0 to hammer on the A. Okay? That measure exactly, ready, go. We want to to keep that right hand moving even through the tie. My right hand's is still going, still helping me keep fluidity, keep the time, keep the pulse. And you could strum those notes, that note in there, but 2, 3, and but kind of when you get up to speed, it kind of fits better to strum it as I have written. But we want to keep that right hand is always kind of flowing back and forth. No matter if I'm picking the notes or not, or strumming or hitting the notes, this right hand's always kind of going. All right, the next measure kind of starts the phrase over. So measure 5, got the open A, and then 2 8th notes, open A, 2nd fret A, and then open D, quarter note there, and then 2 8th notes, open D, 2nd fret D. Kind of the same thing on the A, then on the D string. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and that again, ready, go. And then the next measure, we get to the 4th fret D, quarter note there, 2nd fret D, open D, and then 2 8th notes here, 0, 2 on the D. Pretty easy measure. 2, ready, go. All right, so let me put all 3 of those measures together. Here they are, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, slowly go. And if you want, you can kind of throw some hammer-ons in there on measures 5 and 6. Measure 5, at 0 to 2 on the A, you can hammer that on if you'd like. Then right here again, 0 to 2 on the D. And then right here again. You can put them in there. I tried to make the arrangement, pretty straight ahead and throw a few hammer-ons and pull-offs in there, but not too many. But you can certainly kind of, again, we talked about taking them out, and now I'm kind of mentioning, again, seeing places that you can put them in, because they do add a little bit more expressiveness to the piece. All right, and then the last, in the next few measures, kind of ending the A part, and we'll talk about the first ending and the second ending here, because we have 2 different endings. In these fiddle tunes, it's pretty common to kind of end the A part one way and then end the A part a second or different way that kind of leads us in to the B part. Okay, here's what measures 7 and 8 sound like. Ready, go. And I would go back to the beginning. Here's what measures 7 and 9 sound like. And then we get into the B part. So let's break that down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.